Hello, welcome back. It's been a little bit, but there was a break in between SCL seasons, and I played a lot of my physical version of the game, and had a bunch of things happen, like with wedding celebrations and stuff. So I'm back now. I played a few practice games last week. The rounds are now been extended to 2 weeks. I suspect that's going to become a permanent thing, just because it's so nice for people who have kids and stuff. Not that I have kids yet, but the extra week is flexibility is nice. So. This is Solo Champions League Season 8, Round 1, and this is going to be I forget the name of it, like the All-Stars season, so it's going to be some of the toughest villain and like combinations that we've had in the past, paired against some of the strongest heroes, which is why we see Dr. Stephen Strange here this week, up against Klaw, who even in his base form it can be pretty formidable, with the Temporal modular set from Kang, Once and Future Kang. So he might be pulling up a T-Rex against us, even in the first turn here. So that's going to be exciting. It's nothing Strange can't handle. So one other thing that's changed this season is that the aspect that you choose might affect your actual points. So if you choose an aspect that has historically done less well for a particular hero or been chosen less, you actually get a little bit more towards your score. And so that for that reason, plus protection is just fun. I'm going to be using protection, Doctor Strange here. Heavily influenced by Astrodar, but then I just kind of rebuilt it myself, and I can't really imagine bringing much else besides what's in here. So I'll link that in the description. Um, but yeah, let's get on it. So the first thing that happens is when we set this up, we search for a defense network and reveal it. That has a hazard icon, so we have to delete this first. And then we've got when revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded, and then it becomes put into play with us. So let's hope it's not T-Rex, because he is kind of annoying in the first turn. And it's a Chitauri soldier, which really is not a big deal. We can probably kill him, or at least like stun him or something before the game starts. So I'm going to shuffle my deck, shuffle the invocation deck, and I actually play with this face up just because it's so much easier. So the top one is 7 Rings of Ragador. So depending on what I end up drawing in here, I may just move this away with Strange. Not that it's really a bad first turn card, honestly. Um, so let's tick this up by 1 because it's our first turn and get it underway. Drop 6. And ooh, Cloak of Levitation is great to get first round. And Iron Fist usually don't play in the first rotation, but with the power of protection, the ability to keep him stunned might be really helpful. They're certainly not keeping that. Night Nurse is good to keep the flow going, actually, because some untimely stuns might make it a little bit more difficult to actually get rid of minions and such, which is something Strange has always struggled with. Um, I'm just really debating about whether I keep Iron Fist here or not. Probably not. I'll probably just dump him. I'll keep this because we have a bunch of stuff that benefits from this, and we have this to dig, so we'll just draw 2. Alright. So first action, draw 2 cards, and I discard 1 of my choice. Don't like seeing both of these up here this turn without any double resources. So let's get rid of Power of Protection. Now, ideally I'd have something that could optionally like cycle this away if I wanted, because right now I'm really wondering like, hey, can I discard this, and then if the top one is Winds of Watum, I end up with a really crazy first turn here, using Master Mystic Arts and getting to cast that twice, potentially, well, twice, not 3 times with Cloak of Levitation, but depends on if we draw our other Master Mystic Arts. Anyways, the tough really honestly isn't that important anyways, so I'm going to take that risk just to have the chance of getting Winds of Watum. And I get Vapors of Voltor instead. Okay, well, sometimes it'd be like that. So, we're going to use you, and I'm not going to cast Fury at this point. I may have if I drew Winds of Watum. Let's get Ironheart out and draw a card. We got Ever Vigilant, which is actually one of the focuses of this deck, because he gets Aerial from Cloak of Levitation, and then getting an extra ready on him so he can cast Invocations is pretty silly, and then removing 2 threat from the main scheme allows you to do a lot more, and not have to worry about the main scheme. Not that we worry too much about it anyways, but unfortunately it's not really what I was looking for. Let's go Ever Vigilant, and I'll probably hang on to this. I kind of regret it usually, but it's okay. So we'll flip Mr. Strange over now that we've used his ability unsuccessfully. And I might legit just kill this Chitauri soldier this turn and call it good and have Ironheart die to Claw's attack. Leaves me a little open to like a really nasty like advance activation, but not a big deal. Just keeping the board clean is so important for Strange, and he's not very good at it. So we'll draw up 4 more to 5. Actually, I forgot this is so conditionally useful because like I can't even use it if there isn't a status card on the board. So I probably should have ditched this. If I were playing kind of solo on my own, I would probably ditch this now and say I realized that, but I'm recording, so I'm not going to do that. So let's tick this up because it's his turn by 1. He's going to attack for 0 plus 2 activation cards. 3, 5. Geez. Okay, well, that's almost as hard as he can hit for, so thank you, Ironheart. That would have sucked if I wasn't able to get an ally out, and I got rid of Ragador. And first encounter card is Armored Guard. This is, hey, that's actually perfect, because now I can use Vapors of Voltorb. So see, I knew what I was doing. Look at this. So tough and guard, so I gotta take care of him before I can damage Mr. Klaw over there. So now it's back to us. So we will tap to use Vapors of Voltor to remove, tough and replace it with stun. So I still can't, I still haven't killed him, so I can't hit the villain, but he's no longer a threat, and I was able to cycle into Images of Icon, which is a much better card. So this is, even with like a Quicksilver ally, this is probably one of the most useless cards in the game. But hey, it's on Doctor Strange, so it really doesn't matter. Let's get Agamotto down. We'll use this to pay for images. Oh, right. So already up with this. I'll use this to pay for Images of Icon, which isn't a thwart, but it's fine. See, now I can set up Winds of Atum next turn. So I remove 4 threat from a scheme, and I confuse a character. In this case will be Mr. Klaw. And I might legitimately flip over. I kind of wish I'd planned this a little bit better, because then I could have gotten Sanctum Sanctorum down. And had Master of the Mystic Arts for next turn. Master of the Mystic Arts with Watum is just pretty silly. I mean, Sanctum Sanctorum is not that great. One of the nice things about getting it down is that if I draw the Caught Off Guard, I can always just discard Sanctum Sanctorum. But it is a little tiny advantage that would have been nice to get down this turn. But I also just really don't feel like taking damage from Mr. Claw this turn. At the same time, I can't spit out a ton of confuses. Like, that's one of the only real ways that I can confuse him. And so I'm leaving myself open to advance if I just don't take this hit this turn. Okay, I'm just going to discard the Sanctum and redraw back up to 5. Oops. Nobody saw that. Reshuffled it. Alright. Wow, I got 2 Master of the Mystic Arts. This is going to be pretty bonkers. Oh, I forgot this guy's stunned, or did I move him? There you go. Alright. So I'll take this. Claw is going to attack. I'm just going to face tank it for a boost. So I'm stunned and 3 damage from the T-Rex. Stunned, not a big deal for now. Pretty easy to remove that later. He's stunned, so he removes stunned. So he's still got guard and 3 health, and my first encounter card, and only. Oh boy, villain and each minion engages me, attacks me. Oh, I forgot to remove my 3 health. Well, that's unfortunate. I don't even have like one of his cards to cancel that. So villain's gonna attack me. I mean, I can just do so much with. I'm just debating about whether I defend this. I mean, he's not gonna kill me this turn, unless he draws 2 3s, and a couple of his 3s are already out. So chances are really, really unlikely, and I was destined to lose. It's just a matter of, can I actually recover that health back? It's debatable. Yeah, whatever. I'll just take the hit. So 0 plus 0 plus 1 is 1 damage from him, 1 damage from Armored Guard, and I can handle that. It's not a big deal. So now it's back to me, and now we get to do our super ridiculous turn. So we will pay for Winds of Atum. or pay for this and play Winds of Tomb. And then, for those that don't know, pay the printed cost of the top card of Invocation deck, which is 0, resolve its special ability, draw 3 cards, then put it back on top. So I did that, and now I get to... one of the differences that I have versus Astrodar is this, when a minion initiates an attack, I could deal 2 damage to the minion. Oh, I could say that I did that last turn. I'm going to say that's definitely not outside the realm of possibility. So I'm going to pay Magical Enhancements plus first hit to do 2 damage to him, because that's really important. And I forgot that I had that, and nothing has really happened to affect what would happen. So anyways, now I've got all these resources. I will use Astral Projection to pay for another Winds of Tomb to draw 3 cards. And unfortunately, I don't have any more. I think there's only 2 of those in the deck. I will tap to draw 3 more cards. Untap with Cloak of Levitation. Oh yeah, Winds of Tomb goes away, and now I have Crimson Bands, which is that's one of the reasons that this stunned kind of sucks here. And unfortunately, I didn't draw into an Ever Vigilant, which would allow me to attack to get rid of stunned, then ready up with Ever Vigilant, then use Crimson Bands and Stun Claw. So things didn't work out that way, but that doesn't mean they didn't work out, right? That was a ridiculous Doctor Strange turn. So normally Cosmo is, Cosmo is really important regardless, but I'd say normally he'd be really awesome to kind of cycle away if this is a card that we didn't want. But of course we don't want to cycle that away if it's all possible. So optionally we can just get Cosmo out and have him take a damage to kill that armored guard. That's also a thing that we can do, which we might. So anyways, lots of talking, not lots of doing here. I'm going to get up Energy Barrier because he has a bunch of like 1 damage minions that can hit us. And so I like getting that up. Like he hasn't, I don't think I've seen any of his what are they called? Weapons runners, which are just 1 damage thing, and they got their surge to bring into play. Really useful against weapons runners. And we will get Cosmo out because you always get Cosmo out, even if you don't immediately use his ability. Which he's kind of broken with Doctor Strange because he now officially has the errata that we were all imagining, which is that it works for this deck. So when he attacks, you can name a type of card, in which case all of these are invocations. And if you named it right, then he doesn't take damage. So he can literally just constantly cycle through this because you then discard the card, but then also just always attack and never take damage. So we got him out, which is awesome. Now we got to think about what we want to do with the rest of our resources. Klea's not terrible, especially since I can't stun this turn, and I'm already kind of hurting, and I would like to not chump block with Cosmo. Cosmo's basically a better Wong, except he doesn't attack for 2, because Wong also can optionally cycle through this with you. Of course, if you get both up, you're cycling through it like nobody's business, but I'm probably going to go with Klea this turn, just to have a meat shield. And so I will use her to finish off the Armored Guard. So now if we wanted, we can target Claw. Is this an attack? It isn't an attack. I've been treating it like an attack this entire time. So I can tap to cast Crimson Bands. Yeah, we're still gonna do that. So it's not an attack, so stun doesn't matter. It says invocation, so I can do 7 damage and stun him. 4, 5, 6, 7. Stun, so now he's stunned and confused. And now we reshuffle these and see what is on top, see if we want to get rid of it with Cosmo. Well, we don't. That's a card we do not want to get rid of with Cosmo. Oh, I had to pay for it, of course. So I will pay with, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to get rid of all these anyway, so I'll pay with those 2. And do I do a damage with Cosmo? Or do I thwart just to keep this from running away? I probably don't bother. And I can kill him this coming turn with Crimson Band. So I'm just going to save Cosmo's HP because I don't want to use him to cycle this away. So discard ready up, draw back to 5. Where's my Sorcerer Supreme? I put it in here. Okay, I got first hit, which is cool, I guess. We got Ever Vigilant now, now that it's not basically free for us. But that's okay. All right, tick and tick. And he's stunned, so he can't attack. And first encounter card. Illegal Arms Factory. When revealed, play an additional 1 threat here. So we get 4 threat on it, and it is a hazard icon. We are going to have no problems cleaning that up. So we will... Let's see, he's at 5. So if I were to do 2 with this, 1, it's not quite, it's not really worth it. I was considering just not Crimson Bandsing, and just kind of finishing him off all cheeky-like, but I don't think that's what I'm going to do here. Do we plan an Ever Vigilant plus like Starhawk turn? Because if I Starhawk, Cosmo, and like take the damage as Cosmo and first hit, I can flip him. I think I care too much about this actually. Legitimately might just remove this with a double activation and then Ever Vigilant to play my Crimson Bands. That might be my actual entire turn, which isn't horrible. The problem is it's not really advancing. Well, it is because I'm still able to cast Crimson Bands. Okay. So that is what I'm going to do. I will thwart for 2 when I get the chance here, when it unfreezes. Thwart for 2. Ready up using this. Thwart for another 2 to remove up Illegal Arms Factory. Then I will use team building exercise, or actually I will get team building exercise down. I think I can do this. Let me calculate. So I play these to get team building exercise down. Team building exercise makes this 1 cheaper. Okay, yeah. So we'll pay with these 2 to get team building exercise down. So this play a card from my hand that shares a trait with my hero, reducing its cost by 1. Since I now have the aerial trait from this shares a trait with my hero. So I can use team building exercise. Actually, it didn't really matter because I had Ayabaga anyways. Oh, it does matter. Yeah, it does matter. Look at this. Okay, so this plus... Oh, I can't also cast Crimson Bands this turn. That's what I miscalculated. I couldn't both get this out and cast Crimson Bands. Sorry, guys. I'm a little rusty on the math of this game, so this is probably not high-quality commentary. Oh, man. So basically, I have to choose not to get team building exercise down, which I'm honestly okay with now that I think of it, because it's really only useful for Ever Vigilant at this point, and like Wong and Clea, but I've already, yeah. So I'm going to do what I originally planned, which is use Ayabaga and first hit to play Ever Vigilant, to ready up and remove 2 threat. Then I'm going to activate and cast Crimson Bands for the cost of yeah, I'm not even going to tempt myself to hold on to it. To kill this version of Klaw, I guess we can just click Advance and stun him. When he's revealed, we go find Immortal Klaw, which I know is in here, because it had a nice 0 boost icon that we had to deal with. And this comes out with 3 threat, and he has 10 extra health, which, does he come in? He does come in with the extra 10 automatically. Very nice. So obviously I can't really deal with that this turn, but actually, ooh, I kind of want to use Vapors of Voltor for like once to replace Stunned with like Tough or something. Otherwise, I would cycle through it and put this in a nice, better place for us to do things with, but it's fine. I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. So, ready up, draw back up to 5. This is one of the new cards. After I spend it, I heal 1 damage from my hero. Very welcome right now. And we have a Protective Ward if he draws a really nasty thing. So, +2. Attacks, but can't because he's stunned. Look out. Sonic Boom. I can exhaust each character I control, or I can just say nope and cancel that treachery. Yep. And that was that. So I still have to deal with this, and I'm going a little slow, but you know, Strange finishes things out pretty fast once he gets going. So first, let's dig with Spiritual Meditation. 2 cards. Ah, there's the Sorcerer Supreme all the way down on the bottom. What do we discard? We probably want to use Ever Vigilant to help keep that threat under control and ready up. So what do we discard? Probably Magic Blast. And now we can't quite pay for everything that we want to, but that's okay. So we will tap to cast Vapors of Voltor to remove Stunned and replace it with Tough. Then we will ready up. We will Winds of Tomb. Yeah. We will Winds of Tomb to draw 3 cards, which is actually 2, and then reshuffle in 1. Draw myself an encounter card. Hey, there's Master of the Mystic Arts. That would have been nice on that last one. Spiritual Meditation, draw 2, discard. Ooh, Now we have too many resources. Probably get rid of that. Well, we definitely want to get Sorcerer Supreme down, so now we have all of our upgrades down. And actually, I think, yeah, we can get rid of Energy Barrier if we draw that Treachery that we don't like. Now we will Ever Vigilant. So ready up and remove 2 threat from the main scheme. And I mean, Ragador is cool and all, but I would actually rather use Cosmo. And I will call that this is an invocation and discard it so he doesn't take the damage to thwart 1. Now I can thwart to get rid of this and take him down 10 health. And now we have Images of Icon, which is a little overkill here. So maybe I want to undo, now that I realize I've got images right there, I may want to undo what I did. But what else am I going to do? Like a damage? So it's fine. What it is that I want to spend this preservation to get that health back. That's really what I'm talking about here. So if I spend this on images, that would be cool. I mean, I could still do that. Like, why not? Basically waste Master of the Mystic Arts this turn. That's probably a terrible idea for 1 health. Like, almost assuredly a terrible idea that you should never do, so you shouldn't emulate me. But, I mean, actually, if I undo this and get this back out with 3, and I untap Cosmo. Oh, it's because I didn't know that Images was hanging out down there. Okay, whatever. Sorry about that, guys. Or gals. Whatever. So I'm tapped out. It's just 1 health, dude. It's not a big deal. Like, why do you care so much about 1 health? I mean, because this is SCL, that's why I care about so much about 1 health. Why'd you even ask that? Okay. Well, I'm going to... I'm actually probably going to flip over because I'm actually kind of hurting on my health right now. I'm going to flip over. And I'm actually going to keep these because I'm flipped over and I don't want to get rid of Master of the Mystic Arts right now. Yeah. Alright, this is a mistake. Don't do what I'm doing. But I'm going to... Yeah, okay, now that I flipped over, I'll get rid of that. Fine. Draw 4 cards. Ew, gross. Okay. So he ticks up by 1, by 1. He can't scheme because he's confused. Please don't draw advance in like a nasty thing. That would be very mean of you. An Ancient Warrior, so I dodged 2 damage there. And Claw's Vengeance, Alter Ego, discard 1 card at random from my hand. Okay, that's more doable. I don't really particularly care about too many of these. What is this? Group. Shuffle. Get rid of magical enhancements. Big whoop. Spread. Bring them back. And that was that. That could have been a lot worse. So, I'm going to heal for 3. I mean, we like images here because it reconfuses him and protects us from an advance. So, we like images. So, we will ready up. Just because we know we're going to do that no matter what. We will cast Spiritual Meditation. Draw 2, discard 1. If first hit, hanging on to just get rid of the Ancient Warrior would be cute. Let's get rid of Magical Enhancements because it's useless. Not useless, but not great. I mean, it's not entirely useless. I could use it on Cosmo to kill the Ancient Warrior this turn, but I mean, for the same cost, I could just cast first hit and also still use Cosmo. So, like, you know. I mean, I like images to find out what's on the bottom to see if it's worth playing Master of the Mystic Art. So we tap, and we use this to pay for images. So 1, 2, confuse, shuffle, put them back over here, and flip them over, and we got another images. So I honestly probably don't want that twice in a row. So I'm going to Gonna play energy, get Ironheart down. Some of you are probably like shouting at me internally to get me to do that earlier. We'll probably, yeah, we'll cycle images with Cosmo. Oops, I don't take the damage, so to do 1 damage to him, 1 damage to kill him, and I will name that this is an invocation, and I do have Crimson Bands on the bottom, which is cool because I can actually probably cast that this turn pretty comfortably, yeah. So, now we will, oh, but I can't. Oh, I can for Master of the Mystic Arts. Yeah, so this to cast Master of the Mystic Arts, for 1 to cast this, pay for it with 2, do 7 damage, stun him, and it gets put back on top. We still have Clea, and we're looking pretty good. Run up to 6, 1 and 1. He's stunned, which I'll remove in a second here. Flip it over, we got an Armored Guard. Very annoying for us to deal with just because we have to break through tough and kill him, but I think we can do it. I think that's something that we're going to be able to do with our lives here. I like Master of the Mystic Arts being in here. Did I really? Yep, I certainly deserve that. I certainly drew that. We like that. We like that a lot. Probably get Nick Fury out first, though. 1, 2, 3. Oh, shoot, I gotta kill one of these guys first. So I choose you. So Clea, you can do 1 damage to remove the... yeah, we'll just remove the tough with her. Now we're gonna get Nick Fury out to draw 3 cards. Okay. Is there a way I can kill him this turn? Almost certainly, right? Like, there's got to be a way with this hand, because I can cast Crimson Bands for 7 with Master of the Mystic Arts, with or without. I mean, do I even need Master of the Mystic Arts at this point? Because I can cast it for 2, 7, so it brings him down to 4, and I still have to kill this guy. So yeah, I probably want to do that. Okay, so we will cast Master of the Mystic Arts, and we will use these 2 to pay for Crimson Bands to do 7. Oh shoot, I gotta kill Armored Guard first. Okay. Okay, so this guy comes back. So we gotta kill the Armored Guard first. So swing for 2. And then swing for 1 with Cosmo and not discard this. So we gotta get rid of him. Now we can do what we wanted to do, which is pay for Master of the Mystic Arts for Crimson Bands. Okay, I can't quite kill him. I'm sure there was a way I could have logicked that out. If I'd been a little less dedicated to your guys' interest. But that's fine, not a big deal. So Crimson Bands does 7 and stuns him. I guess that was a lot for me to take care of this turn, so I'm really not sure if I could have done it with a perfectly clean board. So we will thwart, ready up. Oh wait, it was staring me in the face. I'm so dumb. That's why I kept this here. So now I'll just pay with these 2 to cast Crimson Bands and finish him off. Alright, so 7 turns, clean board, 10, 11, 12 health. Probably could have done a little bit better on health. We've historically been doing pretty good on health, but pretty good. So we'll be right back with the next one. Alright, we are back with Season 8, Round 1 of SCL using Doctor Strange Protection against Klaw with Temporal. And let's do his setup here. So we'll flip it up and we'll see what we get as a minion this time. Hopefully something as simple as last time, and it's Temporal Warrior, which is okay. Since it has Quick Strike, well actually it was revealed or it was put into place, so the Quick Strike wouldn't have worked anyways, but I'm an alter ego, so no harm, no foul. And let's shuffle them up and see what we got. We got Crimson Bands turn 1. That's a nice card. I'm not sure if we'll play it first turn, but it's a nice card. Oh boy, that's a lot of Protect Forwards. And we drew Sorcerer Supreme first turn. Much nicer than last time. So we will definitely mulligan these. Demoning Exercise is nice. Night Nurse is nice to have. I mean, I'm just gonna hope that Spiritual Meditation finds me at least, like, finds me a double resource, right? And then I draw one other. So we'll draw up. Well, that didn't happen, but Spiritual Meditation draws 2, and still didn't find me a double resource. Master Mystic Arts is a fun thing this turn, actually. If I can afford it. I really can't if I want to get at least these 2 down, right? Like, yeah, I probably can't afford it. Regardless, let's get rid of Magical Enhancements. And we're certainly not going to get rid of that. Flip over, and let's start doing things. So we will use this and Team Building Exercise to get Ironheart out. And there's Clea, who would have benefited from Team Building Exercise. I know Astradar's watching this right now because he watches everything, and he's cringing because I spent Team Building Exercise as a resource. It's like a cardinal sin in his book. He loves this card. And I agree with him. It's a nice card, but, you know, there's a there's a reason he's Flight 1 and I'm not Flight 1. He knows better than I do. So, unfortunately, we can't get both of these out this turn, but I'm going to prioritize Solstice Supreme and hold on to that. So, let's go with all my double resources. I'm going to draw every single one this coming turn. I'm not going to have anything to spend them on. But that's the game we play. Literally, the game we play. So, I might gamble on drawing first hit, because I have one of them in here, to kill Ancient Warrior and just try to get this down. It's not a terrible idea. Or just take the 2 damage from the Ancient Warrior is honestly not that bad. So I'm actually going to do that because I just want to get this out of here. Because it's kind of awkward to deal with once we start casting our invocations and we don't have our cloak up first turn like last time. So we'll draw 4 more. There's at least 1 double resource. That's got to count for something. So that was turn 1. Now it's villain turn. 1 threat. He attacks. Ironheart jumps in front. Oops, not 3. I'm just going to reshuffle those. 1, 2. We get a boost that stuns me. And we get 2 damage, which is enough to kill Ironheart. Let's drag these guys up here. Ancient Warrior is going to attack, deal 2 damage to me, and we get activation number 1. Or this. Oh, wow! Well, there you go. All right. And we don't have protection from that because I mulliganed them away. All right, Shadows of the Past. We get Baron Mordo, and then most importantly, we get this thing. Open the Dark Dimension, place the top card of the Invocation deck face down under this. So we don't get to cast Crimson Bands like we wanted. Comes out with 3 threat. And Mordo comes in with 5 health. And we have significantly less tools to deal with him than we did before. But I guess at least we have Ragador. That's something. All right. This is an interesting turn. If I do 1, 2 to play this, cast this and these 2, it's still not enough for Iron Fist. Oh wait, I didn't draw up to the correct hand size. So I only drew up to 5. I should have 6, and that makes all the difference. Oh my goodness. Okay. Very nice. Now how can I finagle this? Obviously want Agamotto out if we can get it. But also Iron Fist would be nice to stun either Mordo or Claw. I mean, a Ragador would be cool too. Okay, so if we use this to get Agamotto out, we have Agamotto plus Mystic Studies plus this to get Iron Fist out, and then we can stun either of these. Stunning these are kind of annoying, but I can always replace them with Vapors, right? But then he also just randomly swings for basically 0 sometimes. So just a question of who we want to stun here. And also the amount of damage coming in from these is going to be really annoying. As you see, Doctor Strange just really isn't all that great at controlling minions, and I got rid of my nuke, which I would like back. Thank you very much. So that's probably the best I can do with this turn, right? Like, and then I can probably cast Ragador if I really want. So get that down. That plus that to play Iron Fist, who comes in with 3 health and 2 Mystic counters. We will probably forget how many energy resources we have in here, because that would be bad if Mordo, because Mordo's going to hit for 2, potentially 4. He's going to hit So he couldn't swing for potentially 0 because he's dumb. So, of course, now that I said that and I called him that, he's going to swing and just, like, annihilate me, but let's stun Mordo. So, 1, 2, and stun. And I have Ragador anyways, like, if it's really bad. So, which I am going to cast. Unfortunately, obviously, I would love to use that on Watum, but sometimes life doesn't work that way. So, I cast Ragador, I get tough. Iron Fist gets tough. And we ready up and drop to 6. No first strike. We got Levitation, though, which is nice to get before Ever Vigilant. Where are all of our double resources? Are down here. All right. 1, 2. This is dangerous for him to draw like an advance, and I'm unprotected here. I don't have the protection spell. So he's going to go to attack, which he can. 1, 2 damage. I will decide whether well, I guess I'll have to use my tough on it no matter what. 1, 2, 3. That's a worthy use of tough. Mordo's stunned. Ancient Warrior is going to hit me for 2. And now we see what really is going to happen here. We got Chitauri Soldier, another minion, because why not? We weren't having enough fun with those minions earlier anyways. Okay. So we will Spiritual Meditation, draw double energy. Nope, I sure am not going to draw that, am I? Magical Enhancements actually has a use here. If I really want to, I can kill Mordo. If I play Magical Enhancements and then use Iron Fist to hit him. And the nice thing about Iron Fist is that you don't have to use his counters, so I don't have to do the additional damage. Oh, I was supposed to do 3 damage to him last turn when I stunned him because of this. So that actually changes my calculus a little bit here. Because we have Starhawk in here. So if we get Starhawk out... Yeah. Okay. So this changes things. We'll use Preservation and Magical Enhancements to get Starhawk out with 3 health. But he's going to swing for 2 and 2 health, 2 damage to himself, and immediately kill Mordo. Because that's a good use of our time. We will also... We kind of want to... Okay, so we will Vapors. We'll Vapors. Ooh, we got a Winds. That's nice. We'll Vapors to swap that for a Tough. That's nice. I'm really tempted to cast it this turn because things are just not really under control like they usually are. Like, that scheme is scary. Things are just not under control. And I like things to be under control. So we will do this to get out the cloak. Ready up. We will tap to draw 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get Fury out. Is that really worth it, though? To get rid of both my Ever Vigilance? Probably not. Honestly, just casting 2 Ever Vigilance sounds like a pretty good idea to me right now. Legit. Or we could Astral Project, right? We can Astral Project to get rid of one of these. But this is just so good. Because if I use it for... Oh, also, that goes away. Rip. But if I use that for... Actually, and once I defeat Dark Dimension... Okay. These guys are still sitting here wanting a piece of me, though, of course. As they do. Iron Fist is going to kill this guy. So I will get rid of Tough for the consequential damage. I will not use my Mystic counter. Just kill him, get rid of him. We don't like him. I'm sure he's a very nice lad, but we don't want any pizza. Oh, but I literally have an icon here too. So we'll do this. These 2 to play Ever Vigilant. Ready up. Remove 2. Now that I'm readied up, I can cast Astral Projection to cast Images of Icon to get rid of this, which immediately brings this and shuffles the Invocation deck. So now this is back, and Crimson Bands is right there for next turn. That's very nice of you. And remove 2 threat from the main scheme. So now this isn't as scary. I can still lose to a wayward scheme, like an advance, which would suck. And actually, the Chitauri Soldier, if he draws a blank and I block with Starhawk, Starhawk might go back in my hand. I'm going to keep Ever Vigilant, and we'll ready up. Draw up to 6. There's another Ever Vigilant. There's my first hit. That's cool. It would have been nice if I had Energy Barrier up. Alright, well, this went from bad to not so bad because I did a suboptimal Winds of Watoomb where I just kind of cast it at will, but I needed to. So, Claw's going to attack me, which I will take because I'm tough. I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4 on my tough. Good use of tough again. Chitauri Soldier is going to attack. I will block with Starhawk, so he takes 1 damage plus take indirect damage. Okay. So 1. Now I can choose to put that indirect damage wherever I want. So I'm going to put that indirect damage on me, and since he blocked that, he took 1 damage, and he comes back into my hand. Not bad. There's advance, so now he gets 2 scheme plus 1. 1, 2, 3. So that's a little scary, but I have 2 Ever Vigilance in my hand. And that's that. So we will attack with Iron Fist to stun Claw. Oh, shoot, will I stun Claw? I mean, I can stun Claw with friggin' Crimson Bands, so why would I do that? Yeah, that seems like a dumb idea, so why would I do that? So we will cast Crimson Bands. Oh, there's winds too. Sweet. So Crimson Bands. Stunned them. We'll ready up. And there's no way for us to draw into like more Master the Mystic Arts. So I'm just going to cast Winds. Draw 3. Okay, we got first hit. We got some fun stuff here. So I will use this on Ever Vigilant to ready up, remove 2 threat. So I do have this, right? Yep. And now I can do fun things like hit him for 1 and then cast first hit to kill him. And other fun things, like if I wanted to Ever Vigilant, I totally could. Probably not the best use of my resources right now. I mean, yeah, because in advance, I guess advance would be kind of nasty. But I can also get Starhawk out, and Starhawk can do Starhawk things, like cool Starhawk things. And I like Starhawk doing cool Starhawk things, so we are going to go with that. Ooh, or I have like an exact kill on him with Magic Blast. I have an exact kill on him with Magic Blast. Ooh, but if I kill him with Magic Blast this turn, which would cost a lot of resources, 1, 2, 3, that would make it to where I couldn't Ever Vigilant, and he gets Immortal Claw out with an acceleration token, and then that goes up to 5, and if he draws advance, I immediately flip. In SCL, that is a thing that we do not want to happen. So while this is appealing and kind of cool and neato and all that, we are going to go Starhawk instead. And Starhawk is going to do something very interesting. I'm going to have him thwart for 1, because it only does 1 damage to him, so that next turn I can attack with him, probably on a minion, or maybe even just Claw, and do exact damage to him to bring him back to my hand. So, now we can either play Ever Vigilant to get rid of this and then do 1 damage to Claw with like an activation, or I can get an Energy Barrier up. I want an Energy Barrier up, honestly, for all the reasons that I noted before. Most importantly, honestly, that it counts if I draw Caught Off Guard. So, still a little risky with advance out there, but what are you going to do? All right, that's quite the hand. So 1/1, stun, encounter card, Claw's Vengeance. So he attacks me. If he deals damage to me, place a threat on the main scheme, which I don't want to do. I wanted to do cool things with Starhawk. I really did. I mean, hey, he might not die here. So 2 activations. Well, he definitely dies there. Oh, I almost didn't do that. So now I get a weapons runner, which would have been nice to have Starhawk alive for. That's okay though. Oh, shoot. Well, well, I did things a little bit out of order. I didn't realize that I emptied my deck when I was drawing, so I should have dealt myself one of those two as an encounter card, but so it goes. I mean, there's no way to undo everything that we just did, honestly, so except for to put him in discard where he belongs and get myself an extra encounter card. Armored Guard, of course. Hey, I've got Vapors up. It's no big deal. Sweet. Okay, well, my apologies to anybody who really cares about like the ordering and all that. I mean, it's all random in the end anyways. It's just that, I was predestined to have one of those as an encounter card, you know? What is Baron Mordo doing all the way up there? I'm so confused. And last game, I guess I did forget to shuffle in Mordo's stuff into the deck here. So ding me if you want. I mean, his stuff really isn't that impactful anyways, honestly. And it certainly wouldn't have stopped me from winning that fast, so. All right, well, we're gonna Vapors to get him stunned and to get Images of Icon up. Ready up. Icon's not a terrible play. Icon's actually a great play here. But first, let's Spiritual Meditation to draw two. Get rid of Mystical Studies. We can get Cosmo out after we cast Images. I like that. So we will pay for that with... do I pay for that with Spooter Moon? Or do I consider playing Spooter Moon this turn? I mean, Nova is a lot better to get out. If I can possibly get Nova out, that would be cool. So I'll use Spooter Moon to pay for Images. One, 2, 3. Confuse them. And I will do what I was going to do last turn and stun him and do 3 damage. And can I get Cosmo and Nova out this turn? Probs not. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 resources, and that would cost 5, and he would cost 3. So the answer is most definitely not. Nova is just really useful. Like honestly, very useful. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 to get Nova out. Now I could kill the weapons runner with him, but I'm sitting here with an energy barrier that's going to get discarded eventually anyways, so I'm just going to swing for 2 on the guard. And I believe that's all I can do this turn, so I'm going to discard that, ready up, draw up to 6. Ooh, that's cool. Alright, up and up, get rid of stunned because he can't attack. You're also stunned. You're going to attack me, but actually just get zapped. And get an encounter card, which is another Armored Guard, and we don't have Vapors this time. Okay, well, not a big deal. I mean, honestly, this zap's way tough anyways, and we weren't going for the kill yet. It just slows this down. Like, I'm going to end up with a lot slower game than I would have if I hadn't drawn back-to-back Armored Guards. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. So, let's get... Cashmo. Do we get Cashmo out? Do we get Cashmo out? I think we get Cashmo out. So I'm just choosing between team building and Cosmo. Let's get team building out with that, because that's going to give us a few more options here. Do I really want Ragador? That is a question. If I were to use this and Sanctum to get Cosmo out, and I were to cast Ragador with 1 Ever Vigilant, then I could cast something else, maybe Watum if it's on there. No, I think I already cast Watum. Yeah, because this is the last card here. I could cycle Ragador. I mean, I'm honestly safe enough here that I'm probably want to cycle that and potentially get like a Watum or something. So I'm going to declare this. I'm going to attack to remove tough. I'm going to declare that this is an invocation. Of course it is. Shuffle, flip, and there's Watum on the top. Much nicer. So, yeah, I mean, once again, I'm not double casting this, which you usually like to do, but this is going to keep my roll going. Oh yeah, that's certainly going to keep my roll going, especially with the bands there. Ah, this band is there when I got these guys up. Come on. Come on, boss. What you doing? Yeah. Alright. Master the Misguards, of course, after I got rid of Watum, because that's the way it always works. Let's do that, because it's a no-brainer. I could Master Mystic Arts. I mean, legit, might just, like, chain together a bunch of Ever Vigilance and just chip at these guys to kill them and all that jazz. Because if I swing with Nova for 2 here, I pop him, then I use, like, Ever Vigilant to ready up, remove that. Now I can pop him, like Dr. Pimple Popper. And if I really wanted to, which I guess why not, I can ready up again using Ever Vigilant. And what do I got here? I mean, I really don't care about the weapons runner, so we'll ping him for 1. Hang on to Master Mystic, and I can double cast Crimson Bands next turn after I pop him. That sounds like a great plan to me. So that is what I'm gonna do. Top to 6. Those are good, I guess, if I could draw things that I want to spend that on. Alright, so he's going to attack. We will have Iron Fist jump in front. For that has a boost. Wow, so 0 damage. Iron Fist gets to live. Weapons Runner attacks me but dies to the energy barrier. And we get an encounter card, which is Sonic Manipulation. Take 2 damage, and he heals 2 damage. Okay. That kind of messes up my plan for next turn by making it less efficient, because why not? And actually, when he initiated the attack against me, I was going to use Nova's ability to spend this and do 2 damage to him, which actually would have taken place before Sound Manipulation. Well, okay, well, now that I know that the Sound Manipulation, I can't say that that was what I was going to do, but it was what I was going to do. I just forgot that I was going to do it. I guess I could cast Protective Ward now and prevent that from happening, which is probably worth it. I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to cancel that entirely. So you're back down to 1 and I'm back up to 5. That's a better way of dealing with that. I mean, it's not better, but it works. All right, Spiritual Meditation. Nothing that I want to spend Power Protection on. All right, away you go. We can pop you. Legit, we have so many Master of Mystic Arts, I'll probably just pop him with me. So now we advance. We find Immortal Claw, which I don't think I've seen yet. Oh, there I did. So, Immortal Claw. 2, 3. Now we can do things like ready up, and we can Master the Mystic Arts. I spent that, so I heal 1. Master the Mystic Arts to pay for Crimson Bands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stunned. Then we can thwart with Cosmo. I'm choosing not to activate his ability because you can choose to. And now I will thwart this. Get rid of that, and we should be in good shape to finish him with a decent score next turn. Especially if I play down some allies over these chumps. You're not chumps, I love you, you're okay. Draw back up to 6. Okay. So we're on turn 8, which is very slow. Most people have been finishing in 5, 6, 7 turns. Probably most commonly 6 or 7. So can't attack because he's stunned. Give me a counter card, and it's Claw's Vengeance. I'm going to allow you to attack because I need the space on my board. And I get Weapons Runner instead. But I guess, congrats, Iron Fist, you survived. Okay. Probably just going to play down over you, but you tried. Draw 2. Modular enhancements, actually kind of useful this turn potentially. And again, certainly less helpful than first hit, but I'm also not going to play an energy barrier. So we'll get rid of that. Now the puzzle. The puzzle. I'm almost certainly going to thwart and then ready up. So I can play Clea for 1 because of team building exercise. Yeah, I think y'all are just getting played over with everybody. Master of the Mystic Arts would be kind of cool to just be able to at will finish him off with team build or with Crimson Bands. Honestly, probably my best shot to finish him this turn, like this turn. First though, before I forget, I'm just gonna bop him with first hit because otherwise I'm gonna end up with villain health on the board and nobody wants that. So if I master the Mystic Arts using Astral Projection, right, I can use 2 to pay for Crimson Bands, which does 7, which brings him down to 4. And then I don't have the resource to pay for the second Crimson Bands. So what I am actually going to do, instead of what I just did, is I'm going to use Nova to kill him. Because I need that resource. Now I'm going to... I mean, do I really? I do need to master the Mystic Arts, don't I? Hi, Fjord. My cat is crying in the background for no real reason. A little bit of a crybaby. So we'll master the Mystic Arts. Pay using these 2 to do 7 damage. Stun him. And then, unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's a way to get any more hero score on the board, so I'm going to be at 8, which actually is not a perfect hero score. Oof. I mean, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Oh, except I still have Astral Projection in my hand because I wasn't using it to pay for magical enhancements, so that's cool. Does it help? Kind of, yeah. Team building exercise and Astral Projection to get down Clea. Wait, that doesn't help me at all. Oh man. Okay. I could use these 2 to get down Ironheart, and she draws me a card that is theoretically a double energy, and I finish. I'm just gonna go with a less than perfect hero score because I know that speed is most important. That sucks. I don't have a nice little perfect game. So, oh, I have Cosmo here though. So with Cosmo for 1, me for 1, Clea for 1, or Ironheart for 1, do I have magical enhancements in here that I spent? Yeah, so I can unspend magical enhancements and spend Astral Projection instead. And then I can get Clea down. I can get Ironheart down. I don't think I can also get a magical enhancements down. Ugh. So 1, 1, 2. 3. I'm one short. Someone else is gonna see that I wasn't 1 short, and I'm gonna feel dumb. But I'm gonna cut short your suffering and just end the game right now with 2 less hero score than or 2 less hero points than I would like. All right, so that was number 2. A little bit more painful with those double guards coming up, but we'll be back with game 3. All right, here we are back again with game 3. Hoping that it's a little kinder to us than last game. That was really not a good score for round 1, but it's also only round 1. I'm not exactly sure how all that works, but let's do this and see if he gives me T-Rex. He doesn't. He gives me Armored Guard, which, could be worse. Plenty of options to take him out early. Just please don't draw another one, because then I'll be having serious flashbacks. Flip him, and I got Vapors. Nice. Which said nobody ever, but ooh, but then I can also potentially master Mystic Arts, whatever comes up after that. Just not bad at all, not bad at all. All right, we're certainly gonna get rid of that. Probably get rid of that. I mean, that would have saved my hero score last game if I had prioritized that, but, you know, throw caution to the wind and all that. Draw 4. And again, no double resources in my opening hand. Wine. All right, we have a use for this. Of course, this would have been awesome against the, against the T-Rex. That's the meme, right? You replace T-Rex's tough with a stun, and you have a whole other turn to deal with him. Crimson Bands is cool. We like Crimson Bands, but we like that when there isn't an armored guard sitting in front of us, usually. 1, 2, 3, 4 to get down Fury, and then something to play Cloak. I mean, that would cost Master of the Mystic Arts, but it's pro and I have Agamotto. Oof, that's not gonna happen. Sorry, Fury. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Not going to happen at all. Master of the Mystic Arts, I'm gonna try to save so if I can play Crimson Bands, then maybe draw Watum and get, Doctor Strange things going on. That would be cool. All right, cool. We have lots of ways to pay for Crimson Bands. So, all right. So that was turn 1. This is turn 2. Tick tick. He's going to attack me. 4, 2, 3, 4. That's the hardest he's actually managed to hit me specifically. Get rid of that. Counter card number 1. Hey, there's the T-Rex, now that we got rid of Voltor. So another cool thing about him is that his attacks gain piercing. So, I mean, the good news is that gives me a target for the first Crimson Bands if I so choose to try to double cast it with Mystic Arts, which I probably won't. I'd actually rather get a Watum up. But first things first, let's get Meditation out. And get rid of that. So I'm gonna ping him to get rid of Tough. Ready up. And now, yeah, I'm just gonna Crimson Bands him out of there, and I got Ragador. Okay, well, Ragador is not a bad card. I had to tap to do that. But got rid of T-Rex, which is just kind of a hilarious card. Everybody just loves that it exists, and I don't disagree with them. I'm gonna get the energy barrier out. I mean, heck, I could just pay for Ragador and get it back. Like, what else am I gonna do with my resource this turn, except for to give myself Tough, right? So I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's kind of seems like a waste of Master Mystic Arts, and it probably is, but I'm also have a second one in here that I'll get soon enough. So we're gonna do that, pay for Ragador, give myself Tough, and it goes back on the deck. Ready up, 5 cards. Okay. Ding, ding. He's going to attack for 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Nope. For 1, which is just enough to break my Tough. These guys are gonna bounce off the energy barrier. And we get a card. Another minion. Of course. Alright. Meditation. I don't like this lack of early allies or just things in general that I want. I don't like that, just for the record. It's annoying. But we are gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, heal for 1, get Nova out. 1, 2, 3. We are going to so I can kill either this guy or this guy with a swing from me. This guy's gonna die on the energy barrier. I mean, this is a no-brainer. There's nothing else we're gonna do with our resources except put this out. And do I want to? Oh, well, I can't pay for it now anyways. So I guess I kind of removed that option for myself when I spent everything. So I will just 1, 2, 1, because he just cannot see ability to do the indirect damage. And ready up, and then actually I can kill the weapons runner. Ooh, or thwart. I should probably consider thwarting. Hmm. Nah, I've got whatchamabobber down here anyways. I've got that icon down there. So I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind. Ooh, and I dropped 6. Ooh, okay. Ding, ding. It's gonna attack me. I'll just take it for 1, 2, and that's a caught off guard, so that's nice. Then he is going to get zapped, which does leave me open to having to discard a good card when he gets caught off guard. Sound manipulation. 2 damage to me. He heals 2. Now I think it's just, yeah, those 2 things happen. But since the 2 damage does to me, that's going to activate, and it's not going to like gain surge or anything. So, all right. Well, I'm looking like I need to get another heal in, especially considering my hero score last turn or last game. Sure. I could have just like killed the armored guard with an activation. It wouldn't have been worth it. This is a problem now. Let's get Cosmo out and cycle out this Ragador. Fun as it is. Pay these 2 to get Ironheart out, draw a card. Then we will get out Cosmo. We'll use Cosmo to kill the guard and name this as an invocation. And there's Watum. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the Master of the Mystic Arts to go with it, but this is a turn for me to potentially do fun things. Or do I really want to just go really hard next turn? Like, that's also an option that I could go with. Because I can thwart with Ironheart here to get rid of this. And then just thwart for 4, and next turn, like, basically just bank on my second Master of the Mystic Arts being in here. Because I think I'm allowed to do this, right? Yep, okay, well, so it's in here. There's a really good chance that I'll draw that this turn. So I'm just gonna thwart for 4 and swing with Nova for 2. Just to set up a potentially really big turn next turn that can kind of carry us with momentum. Question is, do I ditch? I certainly ditch Clea. Question is, do I ditch Starhawk? Probably not, because I think... Okay, my other power protection is in there. I'm going to use that on that. Or Ever Vigilant, right, honestly. Whatever. I'm just going to hold on to Starhawk. No, because I really kind of banked on getting Master of the Mystic Arts that turn. And there it is. Look at that. All planned, which actually for once when you say that, it was. So tick, he's going to attack. Ironheart. Does 2 damage. And counter card, we got Claw's Vengeance. Do we have a way to stop that? We don't. Okay, so he attacks me. I will have... I will honestly have... When he attacks me, I will use this to trigger Nova's ability to do 2 damage to him. Question is, do I want to do it twice? Probably not. So now he's going to attack me. I will defend with Nova. And Nova will take 4 damage and die. And now we're back to that turn that I was trying to set up this whole time. So if I do spiritual meditation, actually the order matters here. Does it really? I don't think it really matters actually. We're gonna use Wong to pay for Master of the Mystic Arts, to pay for this, to draw 3 cards. Then we're going to draw the remainder of my deck, get an encounter card on time this time. Ready up using this, that goes away. Now we can spiritual meditation. Got images of icon, which is kind of bad here. I'll probably cycle that away. And since we drew 2, we got to discard 1. Sanctus Sanctorum, I mean, I might legit heal at some point here, so which might actually be a case for using images here. just to allow me to heal because I'm a little beat up here, a little bit more than usual. Um, I'm gonna discard something. I mean, wait, did I spend my Master of the Mystic Arts before? I don't think I did. Whoops. I might Grim Rule that. And the true Grim Rule, so if I'd actually spent this when I said that I did, it would have gotten shuffled in here. The true Grim Rule is to put it here and say, well, I forgot whether I did it or not, but I do find it highly doubtful that it would have been in the far left if I had actually put it away. So this should be back in my deck, but in the interest of extra careful fairness, I'm just going to say that I just remembered to put it here now, and we're just going to have to live with the consequences of our actions. Okay, so we can icon. I'm just going to icon. Just going to icon with team building, I guess. To remove the one threat and confuse him. Then we will Ever Vigilant, which only readies me up, but that allows me to flip and heal. But potentially before I do that, I will probably want to cast a Magic Blast. We'll use this to get Sanctorum down. We will get Iron Fist out. And I guess I lied, I'm not going to Magic Blast, I'm just going to hit him for 2. Oh, I forgot to do this. Oops. Oh, it's images again. I'm going to have Cosmo cycle that away. Okay, Ragador, still not really something I want, honestly. So I'm going to use this ability to get that away. And now I have bans. And we'll Sanctorum it, why not? Let's shuffle a spell and draw a card. What do we got for spells in here? Magic Blast? Yes, sir. Usually I go with Spiritual Meditation for that, but since we're going to enter in the second phase pretty quick here, might be able to burst him down instead. And draw a card. Not that it really matters. Ha! Normally I would say, oh, you always gotta cast that. But in this case, that's actually not a thing we want to cast. Ready up, drop to 6. Whoa, those are not great. Okay. 1/1. Confused. Counter card. I got 2 of them. Got Assault, which gives me Surge because I'm Alter Ego. There's Advance. So he screams for 1/2 plus boost. I'm stunned. Huh. Alright. I got Vapors coming up soon here. No big deal. And second one is Ancient Warrior, which once again happens to fizzle with its Quick Strike because I seem to always be an Alter Ego for that. So that's cool. Okay. I will Spiritual Meditation. Wait, this guy should be stunned. I definitely forgot to give him a stunned card. Spiritual Meditation to draw 2. I mean, we kind of like Wong. Yeah, okay. Well, definitely gonna just get rid of that. Okay. We will Sanctum Sanctorum to get. Where's my other Magic Blast? I'm gonna go with Spiritual Meditation here. Spiritual Meditation is just useful for digging for the thing that you need at that specific moment. And draw a card. Nova. Don't really have the resources to pay for Nova right now. But it's cool that you want to help. We'll heal up because that's the whole reason that we went over. Flip, flip. We can just bop him right now and move him to the next phase. Do we really have the things to deal with that though now that I've cycled away Icon? I really probably shouldn't have cycled away Icon in hindsight, which is always 2020. Alternately, we can like aim to get Spider-Man out to immediately clear Immortal Claw, but then if he draws his second advance, which is actually not entirely unlikely, he auto-completes that scheme, and that's kind of scary. Not gonna lie, that's not a thing that we really want to see happen. Maybe I shouldn't have healed there. Alright, we're gonna pay for using this in Wong, so heal myself to get Ironheart down to draw a card. Magic Enhancement's not what I wanted to see. Okay. Okay. But I also, like, can't afford to really hold on to Crimson Bands anymore anyways. So I was really actually honestly hoping for an Ever Vigilant there. Hmm, I probably should have gone with Nova instead of Ironheart to just kill the Ancient Warrior and have Nova things to do. But now that I've seen what I drew, it is too late for me to undo. Haha, look at me. I'm a poet. Yeah, I can probably control the threat well enough. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm fine. All right, let's do it. We're tapping, we're spending this, and we're spending Nova to play Crimson Bands to finish off this form and bring out Immortal Claw, which is in here. There it is. Shuffle that. 1, 2, 3. And he starts at that 28. But I'm going to thwart. Do I want? I mean, I was talking about how I could use Voltorb to remove stunned from me, but honestly, I'm just going to cycle it. One Tomb is much better. So I'm going to cycle that by thwarting one with Cosmo, thwarting one with Ironheart. And now I'm going to play Spider-Man down over Ironheart. Spider-Man comes out with +2 to whatever ability you want, which I'm going to use on thwart, and thwart this down to remove 10 health. So now it's a little less scary. I can still lose a bunch of momentum to an advance, but it's less scary than it was. At this point, honestly, I have so many allies and so much health. I'm just gonna use Iron Fist, not use that to just kill the Ancient Warrior, and draw back up to 6. All right, hopefully I can find my other Master of the Mystic Arts, or did I spend them both already? Oh, yep, the other one I can potentially dig for with Meditation to double cast Watum and end the game. So 1/1, stunned, and is this advance? It is not. It is Solid Sound Body, which is kind of annoying, but I don't know. I do a lot of damage with spells anyways. So Retaliate 1, I can spend those 3 resources to get rid of it. Probably not worth it, especially since I spent so much time healing myself up earlier. So let's meditate and not find what we're looking for, but we can also dig really hard for what we're looking for. Oh, but first, before we do that, let's spend Iron Fist's last one, 1, 2, 3, and stun. He'll die both to Retaliate and to his Consequential. Now let's dig really hard for the card we wanted. And still not find it. And let's dig really hard for the card we wanted, and still not find it. Ever Vigilant's cool here. I think Ever Vigilant has play. So let's get rid of Energy Barrier. And well, we try. we sure did try. Is there any other way to draw cards? Nope. So now we will undoubtedly find Master of the Mystic. Oh, we still didn't. It's literally the last card. Okay. Regador is what's waiting for me. We, at this point, should probably just get rid of this. It's probably the best play. Science, Fist, and Energy. Here's Energy. Here's science. Here's a fist. Get rid of that. And we probably swing for 2 with Fury. We swing for 1 with Cosmo. And we cycle that. Ah, there's a Crimson Bands. Very nice. Okay, well the problem was I was going to use, I could still use Ever Vigilant, so I'll thwart for 2. Well, no, I won't thwart for 2. I don't need to do that. I can just Ever Vigilant to get rid of the 2. So we will cast Crimson Bands for the low cost of those. Gives me images. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we will cast Ever Vigilant and ready up and remove the last 2 threat from that. And hopefully have enough juice in the tank to kill him. 1, 2, 3. I'm stunned. So maybe that was a little reckless. I can attack to remove stunned, but then I don't have any more resources because I already used I to remove the solid sound body, which in hindsight probably shouldn't have. But have I done anything deterministic? Except, not playing out my turn. I don't think I did anything deterministic. I don't think I drew any cards, right? I've certainly just been spending them here. So I can say that instead of getting rid of solid sound body, which really would have only hit Fury, if instead of that I had spent, so I get that back, and that back. Now I have this, and I have more resources. So now I can swing to remove stunned. I need 1, 2, 3 to get out Magic Blast and finish the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, well, hopefully I didn't cheat on that last turn. I'm fairly certain I didn't. Pretty sure that I didn't do anything deterministic besides draw, dig really hard for this card that was sitting on the very bottom of my deck. But that's still a pretty comfortable win. As expected, Doctor Strange has no problem taking on Klaw, even with protection. And, fun fact, people weren't really ending the game that much faster than that, even with aggression or any of those other aspects, because so much of Strange's damage just comes from spamming Crimson Bands and, potentially a couple Magic Blasts here and there. So doesn't really benefit that much from aggression, and this just kind of keeps his flow going so much with Ever Vigilant. So, word of advice, if you play Doctor Strange, Ever Vigilant, something that you should really consider. It's a great card. And yeah, that does it. We'll see you in either next week or the week after with the next round, or maybe one in between while I play.